From the Yonkers Statesman, September 26, 1916. Headline: British capture town of Comble. The British have entered the town of Comble on the Somme front, the War Office announced today, and are overcoming the Germans' resistance. The salient, doggedly maintained by the Germans, has long been a serious hindrance to the Entente allies, hampering them in their offensive toward Bapaume and Péronne. Its elimination, however, seemed imminent after yesterday's combined French and English thrusts. Bombs dropped last night in a Zeppelin raid on England caused the deaths of 29 persons, it is officially announced. While the Great Somme battle was at its height last night, the Germans attacked the French lines at Verdun. Paris announced today that French guns were effective in checking the German assaults. Berlin today admits the Entente advance on the Somme front for a distance of 6.5 miles, including the Comble sector, and concedes the Romanian success in forcing the Zarduk and Vulcan passes. Fighting continued all night north of the Somme, the Germans making desperate efforts to stem the tide which was engulfing them. Headline: The Common Council for Street Gas Lighting Contract. Mr. Green, a representative of the Public Lighting Service Corporation of New York, was given a hearing at the stated meeting of the Common Council last night in regard to a proposition which that corporation claims will save the city at least $15,000 a year on the money it expends for the lighting of streets by gas. The company asked for an opportunity to put in a proposal for supplying the Welsbach lamps and maintaining them for a period of 5 years, and promises a saving to the city if it received a contract of probably $5 a lamp. Alderman Davis, chairman of the Lighting Committee, said the committee was still collecting data as to prices and so on. Mr. Green went on to say that the conditions in Yonkers, so far as the lighting of public streets with gas was concerned, are about the same as those in Newark, New Jersey and Lowell, Massachusetts. Improvements in budget methods suggested. Communications from the Yonkers Bureau of Municipal Research suggesting improvements in the budget methods of the city as follows. The late date at which the budget appropriations of the city of Yonkers have been passed during recent years, particularly for the past 3 years, causes loss to the city both in the economical administration of its finances and in the efficiency of its government. A budget passed on July 3rd, as in 1916, or on July 26th, as in 1915, means 1/2 of the year was wasted for all departments of the government as far as any plans of expenditures are concerned, as the department heads do not know how much money they will be allowed for their various objects of expenditure and cannot plan their work properly. Headline: Bacon and Calder spend $400,000. Primary contest for senatorial nomination sets high cost record. No chance whatever for poor man. New York State has set a record for the high cost of United States senatorships. The Calder-Bacon fight, which was only for a nomination after all, has put up a mark at which any candidate in any other state will hesitate to shoot for a long time. A conservative estimate places the amount of money spent by and for the 2 Republican contestants for Senator O'Gorman's seat at $400,000. Nobody will ever know, including the candidates themselves and their managers and partisans, exactly what the outlay was. There will be accountings to state and federal authorities, but these will not represent a drop in the bucket because the state and national laws permit so many expenditures that by far the greater part of the money expended need never be made a matter of official record. Headline: Trolleyman strikers appeal for support. Yonkers Building Trade Council promises moral and financial aid. Labor parade planned for October 5th. And that's the news from Yonkers 100 years ago today.